Hello and good afternoon. This is the multi-generational case study on the topic of leading a multi-generational workplace with an older adult, as presented by Chinatsu, Amy, Lauren, Ariane, and myself, Ashley. We will first start by introducing our subjects, Sandy, Emily, and David, who work on a busy med-surg telemetry unit. Our first subject is Sandy. She is the focus of our case study and a 65-year-old baby boomer with 40 years of nursing experience. She has been a dedicated employee. She's rarely ever called out sick. She lives with her husband. She has 2 adult children and 3 grandchildren. She is waiting until 67 to retire in order to become eligible for her hospital's health insurance coverage for herself and her spouse. Sandy is also helping to pay for her adult daughter's medical school loans, so therefore she works a lot of overtime. She has hypertension and type 2 diabetes. She also suffered an injury 1 year ago where she tripped over an IV pole and she still has a limp from that incident. The other day, she overheard her coworkers talking about how she seems run down and slow. David has even made comments about how he is tired of helping her figure out the hospital's new charting system. Ultimately, Sandy would eventually like to retire so that she can spend more time with her family and her grandchildren. Next, we have Emily, who is a 45-year-old Gen X bachelor prepared nurse with 15 years of experience who regularly functions as charge nurse. She is currently looking to move into a management role. She lives with her husband and 2 teenage children in an upper middle class neighborhood. Emily places a great amount of value in work life balance, and she will often miss work and call in sick to attend her children's sporting events. This is in contrast to Sandy, who places a lot of emphasis on consistent and hard work. David is a 30-year-old millennial nurse with 1 year of nursing experience. Financially, he is struggling to make rent and payment on his school loans, and the learning curve of becoming a new nurse took a toll on his mental health, and he was recently diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. He plans on gaining experience on this unit and then looking into some travel nursing contracts. He is frustrated that Sandy always comes to him for help with anything tech related because he is stressed out enough being an inexperienced nurse. For this case study, it's crucial to examine the sociological dimensions of the subject's workplace. And this was done through the lens of the conceptual model Determinants of Nurses' Social Capital in the Workplace by Zhu and Stark. It facilitates understanding of the complex relationships in the work environment and their determinants. In this case, the contributing organizational factors include poor leadership, understaffing, lack of communication, and the absence of any team building. Individual factors include the subject's years of experience and their level of emotional intelligence. Most importantly, when there are feelings of trust and reciprocity and social cohesion among coworkers, there is an increase in job satisfaction and decreased experiences of burnout and mental stress. In this case, there's a lack of social cohesion. This is due to the multi-generational issues and the stereotyping that is occurring among the coworkers.
Hi, everyone. This is Lauren. I'm going to be talking about the differences between the generational cohorts and what their characteristics are. So first we have the baby boomers. They were born from 1946 to 1964. The group is named so because they're like the big boom in the population that occurred after World War II. This population has a culture of both effort and sacrifice. So they have a very strong work ethic, and they usually remain at the same job for the entirety of their career, if not for a very long time. And they live to work. They value teamwork, and they prefer direct communications. They like their face-to-face interactions. They like talking one-on-one with people. They like face-to-face meetings. Then we have Generation X, who were born from 1965 to 1980. These individuals are very ambitious. They work hard, and they like to obtain positions in leadership at their places of work. They believe that furthering their education is very important. They value a good balance between their work responsibilities and their personal time, their home lives. And they adapted easily to the changes in technology, electronic charting, things like that. Lastly, we have the millennials, and they were born from 1981 to 2000. These people like learning. They like entrepreneurship. They also value teamwork, but they also like mentorship. They like having the older generations kind of teach them the ins and outs of their job positions. But they're also super self-sufficient at the same time. They value recognition for hard work, and they kind of seek validation for a job well done as well. They want a level of control over their work environment. So they like choosing their work schedules and being able to provide input into workplace decisions. They are self confident and they're not afraid to change jobs to better suit their personal or financial needs. They very easily and quickly adapt to new technology because they grew up with the dawn of the mass internet usage.
Hi guys, it's Ari. I'm going to be talking about misunderstandings among the generations. So, when looking at the three different generations, we've got baby boomers, Generation X, and millennials. There can oftentimes be a lot of conflicts between the three, just because the way that they were raised and during their time, they had a huge or very big difference on the way that they value work. Doesn't mean they value less, they just have different ways they look at work. Oftentimes, Generation X and millennials may feel that baby boomers are workaholics. They are seen as stubborn, resistant to change, and are incompetent with technology. Um, it just means that they often are seen as people who don't have a great work life balance. They value their company and job. They'll stay at a job for 20 plus years and just stick with it, and they're super loyal to their job versus how baby boomers may view millennials. They may see them as unloyal, entitled, and lazy. Because typically their outlook is if they're not getting what they need at a job, they may go search for that somewhere else where they can maybe get more money or be treated better if they're not happy at their current job. So, again, it's different perspectives, but that can cause conflict on the unit.
Hello everyone, my name is Amy. I'm going to talk about the lifespan developmental theories. First of all, I want to talk about Erickson theory. According to this theory, human development occurs through a series of 8 psychosocial stages, each of which is characterized by a specific conflict or crisis that must be resolved for healthy development to occur. So for David, I want to utilize the stage intimacy or isolation because he just began nursing career 1 year ago. He got married to his long-term partner, and he lacked a meaningful relationship with his coworkers. So David's ageism towards Sandy is putting him at risk for isolation from coworkers who are not in his age group. So next, I want to talk about happiness developmental theory. So this is a theory of human development that focuses on the tasks and challenges that individuals must master at different stages of life. There are 6 stages of happiness developmental theory, and I want to utilize the middle age state to Emily because she's a homeowner. She has invested a substantial amount in her 401k. She's a charge nurse on the unit, and she has difficulty with balancing her work life and home life. So, in summary, um, the reason why the middle stage can be applied to Emily because she frequently calls out of work due to prioritizing her family events and leaving the unit short-staffed. So lastly, I want to talk about Maslow hierarchy of needs. So this theory suggests that once an individual satisfies a lower level need, the next higher level need becomes the primary motivator or behavior. However, the theory recognizes that individuals may have different needs at different times and that not all individuals reach the level of self-actualization. So this theory can be applied to Sandy, and because she lacks sufficient safety and esteem needs. So she has financial security, but she struggles with health issues and injuries, and she does not feel respected, appreciated, or valued by her coworkers. Therefore, she's at risk for depression and loneliness due to her coworkers' ages attitudes towards her.
About recommendations as an older adult. Collaboration and inclusivity, and learning, and expertise. On the other hand, with can create, for example, the charting process. On the other hand, charting system. Generations of for the hospital. Culture of respect. Employees feel valued. Ideas of it is a risk of open communication among conflict. Emily, technological workers speak up and appreciated experience is why it is transparent generational diverse. More and more of the relations to they have the from fundamental leadership and cannot more breaks. Yes. And also she needs life. Financial distress, which he will need loans and D and Emily